And yeah, I forgot to turn on auto start again. But it looks like the stream is now streaming. So, hey there everyone. The traditional raocow opening. I think I want to turn the volume down a bit. Sounds like 19-ish. Yeah, I think that's okay. Anyway, this is Arafel and I am playing a Super Mario World hack called A Super Mario Thing Demo's Journey. This was made, as you can see, by, it's called the Talkhaus, that's raocow's forums, back in 2009-2010. So it's been out there for a while now. Yeah, one thing you may know if you're familiar with Super Nintendo emulation is that for a while, at least, probably the best known and most popular emulator was ZSNES. You probably also know, if you're familiar with such things, that ZSNES doesn't have the most accurate emulation. It's close enough for most purposes, but it has compatibility issues with some things, and especially with a lot of custom things. You can't run Link to the Past randomizer on it, for instance. It just won't work properly. But that goes both ways. You have some older things like this that were made for ZSNES that won't run on more accurate emulators. Well, that's not entirely true. You can run this on, say, EmuHawk or CSNES 9X or BSNES, whatever, but you'll have issues. There'll be weird glitching on the title screen, a lot of the music won't sound right. Apparently you get crashes in some places, so yeah. ZSNES it is. We have demos. The main character here is called Demo. That's as I recall, that was originally a raocowism. He would use a lot of state saves and rewinds in his early years, and if something went wrong, he'd be like, that's only a demo. And it kind of became a thing. So we have this character called Demo. She also has a sister named Iris, who is taller and thinner and green, sometimes called Green Demo, much as Luigi is sometimes called Green Mario, but we have an actual story here. Far, far away from the Mushroom Kingdom, Demo's sitting in her console in front of some things in a spaceship, and the loudspeaker comes on. You, minion. Me, master? Yes, you. Name? Demo, master. Demo, I'm hungry. Fetch me some victuals. But that fleet might attack at any moment. I am needed here at the command center. And besides, we are fresh out. The next shipment won't arrive for another 2 hours. Hours? Minutes or days in Elite Frog's year. Did you not hear me? Victuals, libations, comestibles for the master. Got it, master. But how, if I may ask? Report to Tow Room, Forum 42B for immediate translation. I have prepared it with the coordinates of the nearest culinary emporium. You do have your return teleport ready, I pray? Yes, master. Oh, and try to get as many vegetables as you can. Roots, sprouts, tubers, and legumes. Bring them all, and all shall be eaten. I will try, master. Teleporters, so much can go wrong, and if I end up at the wrong place... Well, I don't have much of a choice now, do I? Meanwhile, on a beach in the Mushroom Kingdom... It's the Charlies. Soldier Charlie. Shoot, sir, but I don't see any Yoshis. Can we, go? Think before you speak, soldier. They're underground. Don't tell me you forgot already. We are here because His Royal Majesty thinks the Yoshi Resistance Force headquarters might be located someplace nearby. Under our feet? Ain't that just like a Yoshi sporting those weird tongues burrowing underground? Quiet down, some of them's on our side, you know. But your feelings are quite natural, son. In a way, I'm glad those deviants decided to fight back instead of joining up when His Majesty decided to stockpile all the kingdom's food back at the castle. This sounds like a quest. So how come they're still fighting? Why ain't they starved? Well, they clearly must have some sort of secret place where they grow their own food, which is, of course, strictly illegal. Which, as you'd know if you'd pay better attention to your betters, is what we're looking for. Alright then. Okay, I'll go through the plan one last time. Listen carefully now. Some 10 meters above. Oh dear, this certainly isn't a grocery store. What to do? Arg, treason! Don't just stand there, get her! So, yeah, that's basically the Super Mario World intro stream, but greatly changed and with different text and with some Charlies thrown in. Probably charging Chucks, but Chuck is so informal. We have our world map here. Right now we have access to one level, and so it began, but also, and then there was a resistance space, which is basically your Yoshi house, but more so. Let's put some state saves in just for, yeah, just in case. You can see there's a red switch palace over to the right. Select does not do anything, start does not do anything, so I think this is a sub-map, which means you can't scroll it. Yeah, as I recall, all the map music is custom for this project, so... it's pretty nice. Anyway, let's go into resistance space here. It's the Yoshi house, except, we got a Charlie trying to dig. We got things that are looking pretty beat up. The chimney's broken, the trees tattered, the Yoshi signs on the ground. May take me a bit to get used to the physics again. A lot of things have been resprited. The message boxes have turned into what look kind of like teleforums. Of course, Demo herself is completely resprited Mario. There is no secret passage in the chimney, none at all, don't even bother looking. So yeah, if you go to the chimney, press down. There's a hidden pipe here. And we have the music from Final Fantasy II's Resistant Base. Although it sounds a little odd in Super Mario World sound font being mostly steel drums here. Ah, I mean, halt, intruder. Nice to meet you. We're also seeing big Demo here rather than the small one, because cutscene. The pleasure is all mine. God, what are you? What are you doing here? Yeah, good question. Demo is an armless bipedal Cyclops demon from space. I haven't the faintest idea where he is. My master sent me to... Okay, that appears to have advanced on its own. Let's rewind a bit. My master sent me for some vegetables, and... yeah, that does auto-advance. And you fancy some of ours, I bet. Raiding the coffers in war times? Just wait here while I phone this in. Sir, we have a situation here. Yes, vegetables, sir. A human Actually, I haven't the foggiest, sir. Yes, sir, standing by. Waiting. We have some decent animation frames for Demo. There's the Yoshi leader, which is of course blue. What other color would the leader be? So, not a Charlie, no, but certainly not one of us. Whatever shall we do? This one looks like for a tongue lashing, eh, Corporal? Sir? Such a clever girl to find us here. Jurassic Park. We could use a clever girl like you. I'll go find some vegetables elsewhere. Wait, let me explain. The Mushroom Kingdom has been threatened by a vile usurper for some... Okay. My rewind seems to be awfully sensitive. Let me explain. Okay, I had slow zap to tab. Mushroom Kingdom has been threatened by a vile usurper for some time now. A poor man's poet king, yes. My teleporter, it's gone. I must have lost it when I fell on the head of those football players. They must have taken it. Oh. Is the Yoshi leader carrying a cane? Anyway. Aha, run afoul some Charlies. Well, that'd be sweet in the pot, shall we? Join the resistance and we'll help you recover your little toy from the footballers. And some vegetables from Master too, yes? Or you can try find your way alone. No, I'll help do whatever it is you're doing. That's a small price to pay. We shall help you as best you can. Our engineer Khan shall provide technical support through his headset. Greetings, Demo. You have a kind eye. I've spent my life mapping my beloved homeland. I will be your guide in trying times. Whenever a message inside Astros, it is me conjuring to you via shortwave radio. But there is no time to lose. Good luck and Godspeed. And we are here in the Underground Resistance with the Mario 3 underground music. There's the leader. There's this big room. Can't jump on the shelves. You can press up to talk to them. For the deal we made, you help us, we help you. I just said that, really? But yeah, nothing going on here. At least at the moment. But there's more of the Resistance space to explore. Most of these doors don't actually work. This one just doesn't want to talk. Fair enough. There's nothing to the side there. There's nothing to the side there. Although you can slide down the hill backwards or forwards. Doesn't really do anything. You can look up, you can duck and slide, you can jump, you can spin jump, you can run. Many years ago, we used to have this hero that saved us all the time. Can you help us forget his tragic disappearance? Yep, apparently Mario has vanished for reasons. Yeah, you can jump while ducking, which doesn't really matter when you're already small. But it can matter when you're big. Nobody understands me for some reason, but backwards. Yeah, I've never really had trouble reading backwards text. I don't know why. Remember to eat your soup, kids, or else I'm going to get in your house, bash your face in with a chair. It's going to be fun. Okay, we have Psychopath Yoshis. Swim. Hold down to do smaller swims. Hold up to swim up faster. I haven't played Super Mario World in a while. Terribly sorry, ma'am, but I'm not allowed to talk about our secret operation, not even to strangers who has nothing to do with it. When you're done saving us, you can always come live with us. I know I'd like that, pumpkin. Ew. That Yoshi seems to be a bit of a creep. Okay, that's the way out. But there's more down here. Okay, you don't have to go through the whole cutscene again. Good. Yes, Mommy, I did close the fridge. Oh, what? No enemy sighted, sir. Okay, you need to spin jump when big to break those, so let's look for a mushroom. The springboard up there. Kind of makes sense we live underground now. I mean, whenever we're on the surface, we always end up falling down holes. Yeah, that's more of a hack reference than anything else. A lot of hacks like to put places where you have to do what they call the Yoshi jump, where you jump on a Yoshi, then jump on its back and off its back in midair, which more often than not drops into the pit. Alright, we don't have mushrooms, we have... Actually, not sure if that's a turnip or a beet, but either way. We now have Big Demo. Your ducking looks a little more awkward. There's your slide. Yeah, this is Khan. Khan does not like speaking in person, much prefers to speak through the headset. I think if I leave and come back, then Pete will be back. There we go. Let's get a reserve. My canary died. Maybe I should light a candle. No, bad idea. If your canary dies in a cave, that's because they're toxic and or explosive gases. Usually. That's why they would bring canaries into coal mines. When the war's over, I'm going to be a pirate with a bottle of rum and a yo-ho-ho. I could also become a rapping Santa. Okay, sure. Living underground has its benefits, like getting crushed by cave-ins. This would be their illegal food growing operation. That one appears to be munching on their illegal food growing operation. Oh, invisible block. I don't know, are these even berries or vegetables? Here we are growing organic vegetables. Yeah, that's it. Nothing suspicious at all, just vegetables. Yeah. Are these even vegetables? I always thought they were berries, which should be a kind of fruit. But whatever. Doesn't really matter. Alright, so I saw a springboard somewhere. Let's see if I can find that. No, that's the exit. Yep, there's the springboard. Yeah, that was the exit. Fortunately, this is not a place where failing a jump has any consequences other than wasting time. Let's do a duck jump. So here, we're going to leave the springboard there, bounce up. Another door that doesn't work. And all that to walk to one purple Yoshi. Cat planet, cat planet, cat planet, cat planet, cat planet, planet, cat planet, cat planet, cat planet, cat planet, planet. Yeah, Cat Planet is one of raocow's most famous playthroughs. It's Cat Planet. Yeah, look it up if you get the chance. It's something. Cat Planet! The plant and the cats and the little angel girl. Put the plant and the cats and the planet. And you... Okay, maybe you can see this, bring the springboard with you, because I saw something falling off the side there, but... Not actually useful if it just drops off the side of the screen. And there may not be anything up there anyway. Alright, let's start the first actual level. And so it began. Ah, the beach. My parents often took me there as an egg. Now it is the last refuge of the free Yoshis. Be on your guard for enemy scouting parties. Yeah, we have Yoshi's Island, Super Mario World 2, Overworld-ish. What do they call it? It's like, not athletic, but just standard levels. We are fireballs in cactus form. We got ambush. And these are Furbas. They're basically Goombas, but they're not called that. And because they're Super Mario World Goombas, they get stunned when you jump on them instead of dying. There's another cactus. Yeah, we do have a timer. Yeah, I've never been a fan of timers in, well, anything really, but especially games where you're expected to explore. Right. Little bonus pipe with a bunch of coins. Get a 1-up. So far, so good. Yeah, the Yoshi coins have been replaced with Rao coins. Yeah, raocow is a guy who's done Let's Plays for... Originally, it was mostly Mario hacks. He's branched out into all sorts of things since then. Yeah, the Talkhaus was his forum where his fans congregate. And they made this hack and several others since, specifically for raocow to play. Need to get used to how the jumping physics off of vines work, too. One-tile jumps. Never been a fan, but we're going to see a lot of those. Yeah, we have yay instead of one up there. Alright, in the top right corner, we have demos, which will be a running counter of deaths. And I missed the tape. That's okay. Yeah, standard Super Mario World goal thing. And we go into the water to water everywhere. Which presumably is a water hole. Yeah, I think that's what's called the ascending sprite glitch. Yeah, if you're going up when something hits you from below, the game thinks it's hit you, even if you're on top of it. So you need to make sure you're coming down before you hit them. And that I just missed the Goopa. Can I just normal jump to that? No. Yeah, the green ones will just walk off. Yeah, the different colors have different behaviors. Wait for that to come by. Yeah, baby Yoshis are munchers. Which, honestly, not inappropriate. That was not a good throw. And that guy disappeared. I want to get the springboard so I can get up to the P-switch, which is a literal P here. Okay, you cannot throw up well when you're in the water. You know what, forget the P. Might be a secret exit. Yeah, I was trying to go under the fish. That obviously did not work. Okay, the safest thing is to come up here. Yeah, red ones will not walk off. R is for reset, so if you mess something up, this will reset it. Okay, I need a P-switch. Is it up there somewhere? Yeah, I knew that was going to happen eventually. Yeah, Super Mario World Mario does not do precise movements very well. And since this is fundamentally Super Mario World, that means Demo does not do fine control very well. Alright, that should respawn if I go far enough away. There we go. Yeah, the blue ones will kick their shells instead of getting back in them. And I jumped right into that fish. I feel like there should be a midpoint around here somewhere. And I missed the Goopa. I was trying to bounce on its head. Let's go back here for some power-ups. Well, the con will keep interrupting every time. I feel like when I played Super Mario World as a kid, I probably over-relied on Cape. Swim under those. I'm going to pick this up and take it with instead of using it now. And I was trying to fireball that guy, but it missed. Yeah. I was going to say I feel like it's safer to bounce across the top of these than try to... Okay then. I'm not up to the greatest start here. If it keeps struggling, I might just put a save point near the middle of the level. Save state. Well, this is rather earlier than I wanted to start resorting to that. It's not quite what I was trying to do, but it worked out. Don't want to jump too high there. And there we go. There, I got the mushroom. Why are the coins on these? Just for there to be coins? Goody, more munchers. Okay, level clear though. Yeah, it feels like there should have been a midpoint. Okay, this will have a secret level. And we get a hard save, so that's good. Yeah, most of the music in this is ported from other games, but I'm not necessarily going to recognize all of it. I think this might be from one of the Mario RPG games. Some neat construction here. Yeah, I remember Super Mario World being my introduction to the SNES. What's this? Yeah, I'm probably dating myself here, but yeah, we'd be in stores and they'd have the demo models out and they'd have Super Mario World running on them. Somehow I never figured out how to normal jump until I actually got the game. This looks like a kill room, which is not something you would normally have in Super Mario World. It should take care of these. But it didn't. Ascending sprite glitch, I'm guessing. Or maybe it's a double sprite glitch. There's a thing where if you hit two things at once, I think you're going down for one and up for the other, I think it is. Which results in you take damage. Alright, the yellow ones kind of track you. Yeah, what I want to do if I can is grab one of these shells. And they moved more than I expected them to. Okay, power up farming time. I guess that level didn't have any, did it? At least as far as I'd gotten. And if you're not familiar with Super Mario World or haven't played it in a while, if you've already cleared a level, you can press start to pause and hit select and you'll just exit immediately with everything you have. It's not here, it's the next thing. Can I get up there without bouncing on something? Maybe with a running start. If I could take this shell with me, which it looks like I can. No. Can't shoot high enough to get that one. Yeah, enough fireballs will eventually take out Charlie's. And apparently that's a goal. Okay then. This is not something you would see in the base game. I guess it's set up as a boss room? Like with a big boo? Red switch of puzzle. Let's do an interim save just in case. Mario 2 select screen. Okay, we have a silver P switch. Let's not use that right away. Yeah, because I'm going to go down there, grab the blue P. And here's a key. So presumably, yeah, you need that to get through these. Unless there's a cape around, which there isn't. At least not yet. Hey there, guy. You just push and mash a button, which is biggest. Just a bit. I know it's amazing. Okay, we have red switches. Yeah, that is the thing that will often happen in hacks, is that in the original game, you get the yellow switch first, and then the green switch, and red and blue come later. And hacks, it'll usually get the blue and red first, then yellow, and finally green, because yellow blocks give you mushrooms, green blocks give you cape feathers. And they don't want to just hand those out. Okay. Let's see the rest of the level now. Or at least more of the rest of the level. Got a life back. I kind of regret not doing that room without Fireball, but Fireball makes it so much easier. And there's a midpoint right here. Why does this level have a midpoint? When there's not that much to it so far, while the last one didn't when it was much longer and, at least to this point, more difficult. Yeah, that's the thing you get with collab hacks. Different people made different levels, so they had different ideas of what the difficulty should be, and what appropriate length is, and yeah. Okay, that's just a pit. And there's our 5th rock line. Yay! Could be something under the gold, but I doubt it. And there's our 4 stars. I think this still has the standard Super Mario World bonus game when you get to 100. So it could be modified. I need to breathe. Ooh, I remember this one. I remember not liking the sound of this one. Yeah, because the concept is here is, you are underwater, there is barely any time. Get out before you die. So you are being rushed. You can see the fish replacement. There's the... what are they called? The... not porcupine puffers, the spiny things. They've been replaced with bivalve clams. Don't know if I should have stopped for that. Brit Vanfish to turn into cuckoos. But come on. Oh, never mind. You're running out of time. They've got invisible blocks, of course. 3, 2, yeah, we're dead. That was the goal, though. It's not that much further. Alright, I'm gonna go back and get power-ups to give that another try. Yes, Con, we know. It would be nice if there was a way for the game to only show that once, but apparently that's just not a thing. I don't think something happens if you get all the dragon coins. You want to go fast, but not so fast that you're running into things. Yep, torpedoes become squids. I think I'm doing better than last time. Oh, the coins indicate where the invisible blocks are. Okay, here's the goal. 27, and it just stops. I think that's a side effect of the vertical scrolling. Yeah, I think we have time for one more. Let's do the Worm's Cave. Beware of the worms in the cave, they bite hard. Okay, but what's here? Probably a power-up? Yep, that is a power-up. Okay, so these are more sprite replacements. Nice worm. Yeah, I'm not getting that. I was trying to jump there, didn't duck at the right time. Although, it looks like there's something to the right of the lava. Nope, just a pit. How would you get that coin? Just jump back to the right or left quickly enough? Because I died by falling in a hole, my reserve power-up stays there. Let's get in the kite before getting tackled. That was not a good use of my power-up. Okay, so the one type of worm is a Goomba. The other one is a shellless Koopa. pretty sure this music is from a Metroid game. Oh, it said bridge building. I should have known. I guess you need to bounce off a worm to get that? Oh, that's nice. Yeah, your midpoint resumption doesn't have to be at the midpoint. It can be anywhere, really. Oh, and you don't need to jump off, you just need to touch the edge of it. Wait for that to jump. Put a little more momentum on it, though. Yeah, I think I've seen Hexit do bizarre things with midpoints, like you have to get the midpoint so that you can then restart someplace where you can make progress from, or they'll make the midpoint a trap so that if you get it, you restart from someplace you can't progress. Yeah, didn't jump. I swear I hit the button. We're getting into raocow the jump didn't jump territory. Okay, that was just bad playing. Although, this might be easier small. Not if I do that, though. You need to keep pressing right. Yeah, it's these jumps that are just not enough head clearance. I feel like it'd be easier to do small. That's enough for. And I got eaten. At least I got to see the game over. Kind of a neat custom thing there. And if we restart, it will be from there. So, yeah, no progress lost. Well, except the midpoint, but it's easy enough to get back to that. Alright, this feels like a good stopping point. Yeah, this has been most of World 1 of this Super Mario thing. We have the rest of the Worm's Cave and then the castle up ahead. This music is just so peaceful. Anyway, this has been Arafone playing a Super Mario thing. I'm sure there are plenty of other playthroughs out there, including at least 2 by raocow himself. They had him do the initial run before it was publicly released, and I think actually corrected a few bugs based on that. And then he did another playthrough of it many years later, kind of a retrospective. But yeah, I felt like some Mario. Felt like not doing just vanilla Mario. Maybe not the best choice. The difficulty may be a bit much for me, but that's what save saves are for. If necessary, I'll kind of cheese it. In any case, feel free to check the archives. I mostly play DOS, Atari, and Super Nintendo games. just recently got finished a full playthrough of the DOS Commander Keen series from 1 through 6, including Keen Dreams. And on Mondays and Thursdays, I'm currently posting a playthrough of a Japanese indie RPG called Lady Night Saga, which, as the name suggests, is kind of a saga. The story is divided into 9 months rather, each with its own objectives, and as you get further into the months, there's more that's unlocked. And anyway, enjoy your weekend.